I want to welcome to the program Torgun Lovely. He is the assistant principal of Liberty Common High School in Fort Collins. We've been talking with Headmaster Bob Schaefer this week, but let's bring in some of the other crew from Liberty Common. It's Mr. Torgun Lovely. Torgun, welcome to the show, sir. Thanks for hopping on here. Assistant principal.
Principal, actually, of the high school. Bob's the headmaster, and there are three principals, one of the high school, one of the Plato campus, and one of our new Aristotle campus.
All right, very good. Duly noted. The principal of Liberty Common High School.
Yes.
Talk about this. Your background. Liberty Common approaches things differently. A lot of charter schools do. Liberty Common ends up at that high school that you're over. They do fantastic work on the entrance exams to college and the testing every year. Talk about your background and how Liberty Common shapes up and compared to maybe traditional schools.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I went to Colorado State here and got my degree in math education and then taught locally in a private school and in the public schools, and was pretty disheartened and disillusioned by what I was seeing there, and jumped over to Liberty Common about 15 years ago. And it has just been a joy and a pleasure to work in a school that takes a common sense approach to education, that teaches the core knowledge sequence in grades K through 8, and then we build an incredibly beautiful, classically oriented college preparatory curriculum in grades 9 through 12 on top of this rich academic foundation that our kids have in the early grades. So both as a father, I found the school and I was looking for a school for my own two kids. And as an educational professional, this place is really unique in the educational landscape, and it's we do a lot of things really well. As a math teacher, that's one of the things in particular that our students learn math at such a deep and a rich level. It's and we see it in the high school when they come into the high school, the foundation that they have and what we're able to do to teach them to understand algebra, trigonometry, geometry at a really high level. Those are the results that we see on those college entrance tests, is because of that rich foundation that they have.
Torgun Lovely is my guest. He's the principal of Liberty Common Schools, and we've been talking about their new campus. I think it's the Aristotle campus in the southwest part of Fort Collins, almost to Loveland. Brand new campus. They have some space available in the 3rd and 4th grade. We talked to Bob Schaefer about that yesterday. You can go to their website and find out how to get your kid enrolled. It's a rare opportunity to have that opening, but that's because they've just expanded their capacity, 3rd and 4th grade especially. If you want to check that out, we had a listener yesterday stop by and sign their kid up immediately, listened to the show, and said, wow, I've been looking for this school. Glad to hear you on Lakey Show. Talk about, I see stats here, and again, you're over the high school, but 3rd graders in the state of Colorado have to do a standardized test, and 60 to 70% of them don't perform mathematics at a 3rd grade. They're not even at grade level in 3rd grade. What probably a lot of parents would say in the traditional schools, a lot of schools, kids really struggle in the math area. What are schools doing incorrectly, in your estimation, that our kids in America, kids in Colorado, are struggling with math as early as 3rd grade? What's the problem?
Yeah, boy, that's a complex issue. I think the key thing to math education is two things, really, helping kids understand the why behind the how. Kids yearn for that understanding, and then when they understand it, then they're able to succeed and to excel in their math coursework, and then they're and the results come on those tests. So when you target your instruction to performing well on a standardized test, you miss the mark, and so doing that to have a conceptual approach to the math. We use the Singapore math curriculum here at Liberty Common, and then you also teach the traditional algorithms, and you give the kids a little bit of homework at night to do the practice and to gain automaticity in some of those skills. It produces these exceptional results.
The voice of Torgun Lovely, he's the principal of Liberty Common High School in Fort Collins. Torgun, you have, I know that we talked about this new campus at 3rd and 4th grade. You told me off air that you actually have a couple of spots, not a lot, but a couple of spots in the high school available out there. I think you said ninth and 11th grade. Talk about if a parent was interested in getting their kid into the high school. What if they say, my kid didn't go through the middle school at Liberty Common? I'm afraid they would be behind. I don't know if they can catch up. Maybe it's just too different. Is that an easy transition for someone to make?
Well, no, it's not. It's not always an easy transition, which we know and we've been working with for over a decade. But we have incredible supports in place to help students come in that are perhaps academic casualties of a previous educational experience. So we know how to we know how to help, and usually students will come in if they're behind in a subject or two. We'll get caught up in a semester or maybe a year and acclimate to the culture and to the academic rigor here. So we know how to handle that, and they shouldn't be concerned. It's a great place to have your kids go to school. There's a vibrant school culture here. New kids thrive. It's really wonderful, and yeah, we have just a couple spots open. As families find out that they get jobs and they move away at the end of the summer, and they forget to tell us until it comes time right before school. And so, yeah, every year we get one or two openings. So it'd be good to go to a public information night. We have one this Thursday at the Aristotle campus and next Tuesday at the Aristotle campus. So those give you a preference on the lottery poll. So.
And if somebody wants to know where the campuses are at, give the website out. The Aristotle campus is the new campus that is in the southwest part of Fort Collins, almost towards Loveland. And then, of course, the main campus or the Plato campus, you can give that location. But give the website. All the details there. These public information nights are there. And all of those details are up there on your website. What is that? www.libertycommon.org. LibertyCommon.org. Torgun Lovely, principal of the Liberty Common High School. Torgun, when you probably go to educator conferences and you meet other people that are in the education world that you're in, do you ever get people just they find out about the way you guys approach education and the curriculum and just the way the kids succeed? In comparison around the nation and around Colorado, do you get a lot of jaws dropping and say, what? It worked? How? I mean, do you get a lot of that?
Absolutely, and we host a lot of visitors from other schools throughout the year where they come and they take tours and they spend time with our administrators and our teachers, whether it's in art or music or literature or science. We're doing a lot of things here remarkably well, and when people find out, they want to come and get a peek behind the scenes, and we are absolutely open to all of that, and our founders set us up to be leaders in the education world, and we love that role that we play in the state and in the nation.
All right, you heard it here. Now, again, third and fourth grade, especially down at the new campus, they have a couple of openings down there. It's a public charter school, which means it's chartered by the the Poudre School District. Almost had the wrong district there, the Poudre School District. So it's not a private school. You don't have to pay a school fee or what have you. It's a public school, and it's a charter school, though, so they approach it differently. They kind of manage themselves. And the new campus is down in the southwest area, and they have some openings third or fourth grade, especially. And you just heard the principal say that they got a couple of openings last minute at the high school, Liberty Common High School. LibertyCommon.org, is that correct? LibertyCommon.org?
That's correct.
Torgun Lovely, Mr. Principal, I'm not used to talking to principals like you. I usually got sent to the office, so I'm glad that I didn't get. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in trouble today.
No, sir, you're doing great. We appreciate your program a lot around here.
I appreciate you, and thanks for your patience today. We had a lot of glitches and schedule problems and technical problems, so thank you for being patient with us. Again, principal at Liberty Common High School, Torgun Lovely. Public information night coming up this Thursday. There's one. That's tomorrow. If you're listening in real time, that's tomorrow, and you can learn more at libertycommon.org. There's one next Tuesday, and that's the best way to find out about getting your kid into Liberty Common. And again, a charter school may very well be the way. Even if you don't live near Liberty Common, there's probably a charter school that you might want to consider in your neck of the woods if you want to help your kid have the best possible free education and not become, as we said, an academic casualty of traditional public schools. You hear me? Check them out. LibertyCommon.org, LibertyCommon.org. All right, I got to take a break. It's News Talk 600 KCOL. Everybody stand by. More to come. 600 KCOL.